Hello and welcome to something a little bit different in a super short live this evening. Now, we are going to have a look at the Mega Contrux range. Now, me and Jay's Toy Collection UK have done a lot of research about this over the weekend, but we never touched on the Pokemon and He-Man stuff. So I'm going to have a very, very quick look for pretty much the first time on this website. I've tried to get my head around how this website works, and I am struggling. So we will see how we get on with this, but fingers crossed, it should be easy enough to do. Now, I do believe that what we're going to be having a look at is the larger scale sets, which is what these three are up at the top. And then you have the play sets as well, which they do sell within the UK. Now, I have finally found the Great Britain website. It's completely different for the American, and it's also different again for the Canadian, and you have to go through a different way. You've got to type it in slightly differently. So the website is the megaconstruct.com. Don't go through something else because it just does not work. So we'll get our teeth sunk into this now, and then this is very much going to be a case of if you watch this on the replay, let me know if you are a fan of any of these sets whatsoever, because YouTube at the moment is having a bit of a funny one with regards to sending out notifications on the live. But I'm doing this because there is a new Ash coming out soon, and I am thinking of adding in potentially a new section into my theme park behind the Jurassic Park gates of this Pokemon theme. Now, I have got the He-Man Castle, which we'll cover later on within this, because we're going to have a quick look at the Pokemon and just have a look at the He-Man as well. Now, I don't know which one to click on. I don't know whether to click on View All Sets or View Set. Let's click View All Sets. I think I'm under the Pokemon tab, but I did go from the main search engine, so I've not really clicked on anything. Now, this is what it was doing. It just has broken images for everything. So hopefully, if I click on it, it might show. Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very... No, it won't. So this is not going to go well because I can't see the stuff. So how can we get our head around this? I wonder if there's another way I can go in. Like I said, I tried to figure this website out and it wouldn't work. And I don't understand. I can see it. I can't even really see it on my phone. You can see what it's doing. It's kind of not working properly. But they do look really, really good. Let's see if I can go under the products. And then see if I can go into Pokemon that way. Right, okay, see? We're there now. That made no sense. So it's nothing to do with the settings, hopefully. So we have got Build and Show Pikachu. So we've got all of these other ones. I think these are the smaller characters. So if we can click on one of them, does it give us the size of what these things are? No. It gives us absolutely nothing. I'm sure there'd be somewhere else that it gives us more information. But we're on the Mega Unboxed now. We've actually changed website. So we're not on the website that we were on. We're now on Mega Unboxed, which is the website I couldn't get to work last time. So we'll go through this very quickly. And we'll see if I can get back to the other website, because you have got the Pokeballs, which do look good. And then you've got these 3D bits of artwork. So you've got Charmander, Pikachu, and all of those kind of things here. And they look like that on the box artwork. So again, it's like a pixel thing. It looks okay. It's something that I would never, ever want to build, even if it was in Lego form or the Mega form. Something that wouldn't work for my own display. But it does look sweet. It does look kind of cool. But then again, as we come down, what else do we have to pick from? So you've got all of these in the Pokeballs. Then you've got the pack of Pokeballs. And then you have got... That's one of the larger builds. And that's one of the playset builds. But it doesn't even tell you on this. Right, it's 400... So this one with the box. So it's 401 pieces. And you can see it's got a lot of motion. Now, a lot of the bigger statue builds like this... To be honest, I don't know if that would, if you've got all of these as this scale, like the larger scale, they would scale with each other, because it does look like, can I zoom? No, it does look like, can I click on it, make it bigger? No, I can't do anything. I'll try again on here. Yeah, so it's got a base that it stands on. And you have got a lot of articulation in the arms, and you've got obviously all the bits and pieces in the hips And these are everywhere at the moment. These sorts of sets are absolutely everywhere with regards to America, but they haven't really broken the UK as such. Now, a lot of like all this stuff that I'm looking at now, I've never seen before. I knew the holiday train just recently came out. That looks smart enough. Now, the Charizard, people have been going a little bit bonkers for, because the motion on the Charizard is supposed to be very, very good. So I'm assuming it's their version of the Technic on the inside. So you can see that it moves round and the wings and head and everything move on there. And it does look nice. So you can see it's their own brand, but it does say it is compatible with other brands. Obviously, it is compatible with Lego, but this is obviously not Lego. But then at the same time, Lego do not have the Pokemon license. So you can see that you can mix and match the Charizard with the other symbols up at the bottom. And that is the box artwork for this. This is 1,664 pieces, but it's not giving us the prices or anything, which again is not the most helpful thing. But like I said, this is going to be a show and tell. It's not going to be very, very long live, but I am just hoping that all the play sets, so they are starting to appear, these things. So this is available in the UK. You can get all these on Amazon, obviously, so you can head over to Amazon and get a price. Now, this is in Smiths at the moment in the UK. Now, this is a beautiful looking thing. You get 4 different characters with 4 characters and then the little Pokeballs. So if you're going to go for this scale, you don't need to get the larger ones. But this was the kind of thing that I wanted to have a look at to see if I could get my Jurassic Park gates, which I've got the big sort of like UCS gates as such, have them slightly open. And then with the visitors centre for the Jurassic Park, have that because it's all foresty based. And then a little bit further back, it goes into like the Pokemon section. So it's separate sections, but it's all on the same table, because I'm trying to create a theme park area where it zigzags through. But then that could then potentially at the very end take us to the He-Man section, which is in that far corner, because I am in the process of trying to repair bits and pieces, and all my Ninjago stuff at the moment doesn't exist anymore. So that is always a slight issue and a problem. But you can see you've got the cool little bits up here with the smaller Pokeballs, and then you've got these up on the table. A lot of moving parts, so looks like you can get his head moving, and that one moves up and down. So I'm guessing you can just have them doing whatever. Why they do that, I have no idea. Pokeball goes in, and then it comes flying back out again. So again, you've got another play option there up at the top, and then you've got this bit at the here. So I wish I could zoom in. So you can, it obviously opens up. So the flap opens up, so you can see here it's on a hinge, and then you've got the front door, and then you've got these where you can obviously supposedly buy your Pokeballs, but you haven't got Ash. So I'm guessing it's just where they chill out instead. So it's not quite a, I guess it's not a hospital, is it? It's just a forest Pokemon center. But this is what I wanted to show, is they connect. So you can, as it stands, I do believe, get all of these on Amazon for a very, very good price. They've got like 20 to 25% off. And you can have these connecting through. So you can get like maybe like 4 or 5 of them. And it all zigzags through. I think it would just create a really nice display. And then you just have all of the other Pokemon on the top. So let's see if the other ones are available. And then I built this in half a day. It's 648. I have to get this set be days. So they've got comments on this one. So obviously it is a mega thing. So I'm assuming that this will be part of it. Forest Forge, does this add on? Does this even work? So it attaches, but I don't know what it attaches to, which isn't helpful, because ideally they would show you everything. But does that mean? Well, that's clever. So what you've got, we'll say it's Technic, it's not, but we'll go for that. You've got the Technic element here, and you've got the different cogs on the inside. So they're obviously the different gears that will then move this up and down. But by the looks of it, you can lengthen, you can increase its length, and you ram this through the shaft, and the next one starts to move as well. So I'm assuming this range will again be like another bit of length, which will be interesting, because I never seen that Before. Now this again, these are massive. These are really good value. I mean, these are thousands of pieces. I think Jay worked out yesterday it was 2p a brick for one of the sets. Put it into perspective, it is on average, Lego is on average 7p a brick, and the 8080, the UCS 8080, is one of the highest price to part ratios at 11p a brick. But this, in the sale, it was 2p. So yeah, it's an interesting one. So there's the Zubat. That's obviously the bit that connected on, and then I'm guessing this bit then connects on. These must all connect together with the other thing. It's got to, otherwise it won't make. You must buy all of these, and then you can connect them up as one massive LAN, because this here is part of the other one, I think, because that's got the moving motion. But it doesn't look like you can. Yeah, so there it is. There's Zubat, and then there's the next one, and then there'll be the next one that connects onto that. So I am very intrigued to how these connect together, because it's something very different. Because you've got the length here, and then you've got the different cog systems, and you've got the other bit of length on the inside, and obviously you've got the different gears and things, which do look very impressive. But you're going to need a lot of sets to complete all of these, I think. But again, it looks nice. So that is what we've just seen on the picture. But what is it showing us? So that is the other side of that windmill. And then you've got all the other ones. But you have got some bigger ones as well. I don't know how we're on page 5. I thought we were in the... Right, we have to remember on page 5. So you've got the evolution set there. So you've got all the different Raichu, Pikachu, and so on and so forth. Snorlax. Oh, look at him. Got the big motion ones here. I've seen these, but I'm not clicking on them because I know the massive. Here they are at last. Right, the expansions. So this goes straight on from the center. And this is what I was hoping the Sonic would do, because they just connect to each other. But it's quite a deep size, this one. But you can see it's all in scale. They walk through, because to me, I could use this and then just have the generic minifigures as part of the theme park. And they're just going around what is basically like a Pokemon zoo-ish, you know what I mean? So I think I could make this work in a theme park. You can have it as a nice picnic area, but it's a big thing. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 different sections. So it does look smart enough, I think. There it is. Finally, there it is. So that's everything. So I think I've just seen that. Those bits that go in front of this, I don't think we've seen yet. That's the center, and that's the other expansion bit. And then is that the Pikachu and the... I don't know. Maybe they're two separate expansion bits, because this thing here, the Forgotten Ruins, where does that click onto that diagram? Because that's part of this. So that's the next bit on. So it must go... The Forgotten Ruins are straight after the center, because you've got the arrows as well, which is really handy. Again, from a theme park perspective, that's super handy. You've got them, and then you do get, I think, all of the characters, and they're all in this nicer, smaller scale, which works perfectly for me within the theme park. But I just wish they would show you everything, because it says expand the world, which is fantastic, but tell me the set numbers so I can type them in, because I would potentially get all of them at the same time. Well, that's how you get Bulbasaur. Of course, they're going to give you Bulbasaur by himself, aren't they? They're going to make you buy a set for Bulbasaur. And then you've got a Poke Puff Picnic. Well, I need a picnic bit, so that works out to be okay. Translate page from Italian. Why are we in Italian now? I'm not touching anything. So that's the bit at the front. So that's where that bit goes. So this, yeah, I reckon this could work really nicely. Have this on the back corner. Have the Jurassic Park Visitor Centre in front of it with a little bit of a path. And then that's all on the one table, because it's either that or we add it into our mythical bit and it comes off the Rivendell set, because it's all trees and whatever else, and then you just end up in this land, and then you move on to the Winnie the Pooh / Snow White sets could be after it with the Stranger Things, and then you've got the drop tower ride beside the A-frame cabin, and then after that you go into the He-Man stuff. I think this would make quite an interesting display, to be honest. Bulbasaur, let's click on Bulbasaur. You've got Ivysaur. You've got the smaller ones there. Let me go back to Bulbasaur. I've got to click on these because I've got a very, very funny feeling. Now I've just read this where it says evolution set. I wonder if you get the first level for these, and then they've done another expansion set where it's this again, but their next version. And don't forget, most of the Pokemon have 3 versions. They're going to make you buy 3 of these sets. But where's that hidden? So that's hidden right at the front. So that is looking quite large, that, isn't it? I think that's quite impressive. I think that works quite well, actually. I think it's nice. So Ivysaur. So have we got another diagram for Ivysaur? Was it standalone? Now, see, that's just standalone. So that, to me, it's nice because I like the character, but I would want to create a world where it's already all connected. I'm just too lazy to add it on. But I suppose you could expand it. So you've got the other add-ons, the other add-ons. Oh, Mewtwo. Oh, Meowth? Mewtwo, I've read that wrong. Guys, there are really 10 pages of just Pokemon stuff. That's ridiculous. Is that adding on to that because it's green? I'm just clutching at straws now. No, that's just the little pack. God, I had no idea there was so many of these. But do we think, looking at these Pokeballs, they are the correct figures that would go with that? So Squirtle, for example, cutie, all of these, do we think they will go in that expansion bit, or do we think they're going to be too big? That's something I need to try and do a little bit of research on, but there's no point me clicking on them because it doesn't give us any of the... It looks to me like they are. Because Bulbasaur there... Because he's huge, isn't he? So I wonder if that is in scale with the expansion stuff and it's not an oversized figure. Oh, it did too. Yeah, it doesn't. 26 pieces, can't tell you the price. So this is very, very uninformative, I'm afraid. We'll have to do a bit of research and figure out exactly where you can get it from. But no, they're all on there. I think we'll go to page 10. But like I said, it's only going to be a short upload because I know YouTube's been a bit weird and wonderful. So I've done a test and it's not worked yet. So I kind of know that it's not working right. But that's 20 minutes. Excuse me, that's 20 minutes of Pokemon. Think we've covered the basics of that. In the UK, you get them from Smiths. I can actually, very quickly, in the background, have a look and see if they are available on Amazon. I know they were, but are they? Share this tab instead. Get ready for Pokemon Day. Apparently it's coming. So Prime have deals on. Look at that. So 65 quid down from 189, and it's 2,186 pieces. That windmill is only 14.49. Probably be more helpful. I went through Amazon, to be honest. This is 37.49 from 114, apparently. That is we've already clicked on that one, haven't we? So 1,362 pieces. That is 464 pieces for 25. There's your Pokemon Center. 39.97 for the Pokemon Center. So you could really have a lovely display for. It's obviously got everything costs. So these Pokemon balls, look, they're £15 each in a deal, or the £22 normally. God, that's quite a bit of money there. Are they 100 now? I'm assuming you have to build the ball every time. Oh, again, that's helpful. The character is 4 inches tall. So each one of those are 4 inches tall. I really should have done this first. So 4 inches tall. How tall are these characters? Come on, tell me. Oh, please tell me. Save 80 pence if I got it from somewhere else. Not helpful. So you can get all 3 of those for 80.45 if you wanted to. So there's I don't have an Amazon account, but they're putting a cart together for me already. That is brilliant, I would say. But I just want to know if they are 4 inches tall. Because I don't want to say they are, because I don't know. If you know and you are watching this back, then please let us know. Because if the Pokeballs are that size, it means I could potentially get a few of those as well. Now that's $14.99. There's your Pokeballs. Now, obviously, you've got to be careful because they've got other stuff on here that aren't Mega Contrux or anything else. But we're just looking at the Mega Pokemon to start with, and we'll probably use this for the He-Man as well, to be honest. So again, these have more pixel sets. So $19.99 for the pixel. If you wanted a big Pokeball, which is 303 pieces, 30 quid, and it lights up. So a light up Pokeball for £30. £27 for the train, $14.03 for that Bulbasaur. And then we're into the building characters here, which I wouldn't want or need because I want them in the same scale as the others. There are some nice characters on there. Right, I think now we've covered that bit. What do you think, though? Is it worth getting? I know the brick quality is good enough, but I have, funny enough, that's a great segue, which is taking us to this. Now I have this, and I am shocked by this. Look at the price for this. It is $62.99 for 3,508 pieces. It is, if I hadn't got it, I would have got it. For that price, you have to get that. It's in the corner on my display over there, and it opens up, it shuts off. It's the clip quality, if you're comparing it to Lego, is not exactly the same, but nothing cracked, nothing's broken, and it's still here. Obviously, the biggest difference is the characters. So it's their figurines. So they have a lot more articulation than the Lego characters, because you can see that they've got basically it's in a full pivot for the knee, and it's a ball and socket for the shoulders and the hips. So it's exactly like what you would be able to do as a human if you were super, super flexible. Whereas the Lego stuff, you've only got that one range of motion where you go forward and back, but they're all the same. So you can see that you've got all of these different bits and pieces, and they do come with a good selection of figures. And you can see you've got all the different bricks and everything underneath that. And you've got these two that have fallen over. But that is $62.99 for the Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull. So I highly recommend that one because I have got it. That's why I'm interested with the Pokemon stuff, because I think it would work quite well. Now, before I get carried away, of the universe. MOTU, is that going to work on Amazon? It is. Right, so they have got lots of other bits and pieces. So we'll go through it on Amazon just because that's, yeah, do they have, before I do that, is this, can we see it on here? Because this is what I was worried about. No, they haven't. So for some reason, on their website, this is all they give you. Because unless they're updating it, and I'll take it with a pinch of salt, they could be, they haven't got Castle Grayskull, and they haven't got a few of the other bits and pieces. So we have to use Amazon, or I mean, well, hang on. So try again, because you can see that. So they have not on here got Castle Grayskull, as you can see. So that's all we've got to pick from. So that's a bit of an odd one. That I'm not too sure why that is the case. So we'll go back to this and just torpedo through this. So this was in a sale. I think it went down to 170 on the Mattel website. It is £400. I don't know why, when you can get it from Amazon for this price, but I think that this was about this price, and over a long period of time, it's come down and come down and come down. But it's a huge looking thing. Snake Mount is a perfect slide. I could have it as a nice slide if I wanted to. You've got the different characters and the different outfits. You can see what they look like just on there, and yeah, they look good. They do look good. But I would like. There we go. We're learning. So it's a big thing. That's obviously open up, and you've got the lava flowing down. So I think that and the Castle Grayskull side by side would look nice. Obviously, a lot of purple. You've got the nice path coming up onto here. It's very, very similar with regards to theming for the Super Mario, just with how detailed it is with the queue line, because that's basically how the queue line was. You walked up something like that. You had this big thing over you, and then you walked in, and it zigzagged around, and then you got on the ride. So I could just incorporate that potentially, or just have it as a little bit theming maybe. So we've got options with that, but that's £199.99 currently, but that has been in a bigger sale. 76 quid for the massive sword, and then you've got this thing. Now this goes on with the Castle Grayskull, and you do get a character I think you're missing from Castle Grayskull on that, and you do get obviously the big ship. And you've got more weapons, and then you've got the cat and that kind of thing. So it looks nice, but that's £26.99. And then you've got whatever that is. And then you have got these things. Now, these are the different vehicles. And again, you get different characters. So you get 3 figures and a good size thing, whatever that is. It's 306 pieces. Hordak. No, there is... Let's see, She-Ra versus Hordak. And no. It's whatever that is. Brilliant. We'll call it the crab. So the crab itself spins round. It's got all the bits and pieces. See, they look nice, but they just don't go with obviously the Lego stuff. And the box is that, but it's 306 pieces, and it is £17.99. So again, these are all in a good price point. But by the looks of it, you can potentially, these aren't in the sale like the Pokemon stuff were. So you could wait and potentially get these cheaper. Now, that is the bigger cat. So if you just wanted a display cat, you can get yourself a display cat. And then coming down, that's the next vehicle here. $16.43 for the Ram. And then this one here, $12.99 for the Skeletor and Panther. 30th anniversary nano scene with a diorama there, if you want one of those for yourself. And then you have got the Transformers stuff, which does look nice. And then that is the Mega stuff done. Done, finished, and done. So there's nothing else, I don't think, that is on there. I mean, they do other licenses. So if you wanted to have a look into this in more detail, they have got a Tesla license. At the moment, they only do the Cybertruck. They've got a Barbie license, and they do all of these bits and pieces. The one thing I will say, even though the big dream house just there, the one thing I will say is that when the bricks clip together, they're quite difficult to get back apart. And it just worries me a little bit with the base plates, but I'm sure they're always developing and designing their stuff all the time. Like I said, I've got the Castle Grayskull, and I'm now looking into maybe dipping my foot in the water with the Pokemon. And there is something else that I will be sharing with you at a later date. But until me and Jay's toy collection has actually found it for myself, I'm not going to be sharing it with you lot. So you're going to have to wait on that one. Now, if you're a Halo fan, they've got the Halo license as well. So again, they've got those scale of figurines, they've got the big tanks, they've got the Floodgate Firefight, all the different bits and pieces there. And then never played the game, but it does look very, very good with regards to just the volume of stuff that you can get. So it looks like you can get everything from all the teams in there. I think there's a film coming out as well, isn't there? Or was it a TV show? Something's coming out for Halo. But yeah, that's all there. But that is it. Simple and as easy as that. I just wanted to do a super short live. I am very, very tempted by these, though. I think this would be a nice thing to maybe attack and approach and see what is what, but not the Pokeballs. I want these. So we'll go to here. So this might be one of them that I get. And then potentially work out the price of what it will be to create a nice land. And then I could share that land with you. So let us know in the comments below if you would like to see more of this and if you'd like me to get anything for you guys and girls to have a look at. But that's it. I am done. So, guys, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let us know if you want to dip your toe into the Mega Contrux stuff as well. There obviously are other alternative construction sets that LEGO do not have the license for, but this is just their own stuff. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.